Her hands moved before her brain could catch up. The woman on the table was in pain, crying. Doctors said there was nothing more they could do. But when Sarah placed her hands 2 inches above the woman's spine, heat poured out of her palms like fire. The woman gasped. The pain stopped. And Sarah had no idea how she'd done it. Close your eyes and feel what it's like to know something you were never taught. Your hands move in patterns you've never learned. Your fingers find points on the body that textbooks don't mention. You speak words and languages you don't recognize. And somehow, people heal. It's not magic. It's not a gift from this lifetime. It's memory. Deep memory. Cellular memory. The kind that lives in your bones and blood and comes flooding back when someone needs you. When you touch them and suddenly you're not here anymore. You're somewhere else. Somewhere ancient. Somewhere you wore different clothes and spoke different words but did the same work. Healing. Always healing. Because that's what you came here to do. In every life. In every body. In every time. Her name is Sarah. She's 36. Lives in California. Works as a massage therapist. Normal life. Normal job. Except nothing about what's been happening to her is normal. It started 6 months ago. A client came in with chronic back pain, 10 years of suffering, tried everything, physical therapy, chiropractors, pain medication, surgery. Nothing worked. The pain always came back. Sarah did her usual routine, asked questions, had the client lie on the table, started with basic massage techniques, but then something strange happened. Her hands got hot, really hot, like they were burning from the inside. And they moved on their own, finding spots on the client's body that weren't part of any massage protocol she'd learned. She pressed certain points, held them, and energy, or something like energy, flowed out of her palms. She could feel it. The client could feel it too. They both felt heat, tingling, something moving through the body that wasn't physical touch. When the session ended, the client sat up, moved carefully, then moved faster. The pain was gone, completely gone. For the first time in 10 years, Sarah was shocked. The client was crying. They both stood there not understanding what had just happened. But it kept happening. Client after client. Sarah's hands would heat up, would move to specific spots, would do things she wasn't trained to do. And people would heal. Not always completely, not always instantly. But they'd improve, sometimes dramatically. Word spread. People started booking with her specifically, calling her a healer. A miracle worker. Sarah didn't know what to call herself. She just knew something was happening through her that she didn't understand. The dreams started around the same time. Dreams of being somewhere else, somewhere old. She's wearing robes, standing in a stone temple. There are plants hanging from the ceiling, drying, bowls of ground herbs on wooden tables, and people coming to her. Sick people, injured people, dying people. And in the dreams, she knows what to do. Her hands know. She mixes herbs. She chants. She places her hands on people and watches light pour out of her palms, and they heal, just like in her current life. But it's not this life. It's another life, another time, another place. Sarah tried to ignore the dreams, tried to tell herself it was just her imagination processing her work. But the dreams got more vivid, more specific, more real, and she started knowing things she shouldn't know. Names of herbs she'd never studied. Healing techniques from cultures she'd never explored, languages she'd never learned. One day, she was working on a client and words came out of her mouth, not English. Something else. Something ancient. She didn't know what she was saying, but her mouth knew, her tongue knew, and the client, who spoke only English, said they felt something shift inside them when Sarah spoke those words. That's when Sarah got scared. That's when she knew she needed help, needed to understand what was happening to her. So she found a regression practitioner, someone who could take her back, not just to childhood, but further, to other lives, other times, to the source of this knowledge that kept flowing through her. And now she's here, lying in a chair, eyes closed, breathing deep, about to discover why her hands know what her mind forgot. The shift is gentle, like slipping into warm water. One moment Sarah is aware of the chair, the room, the practitioner's voice. The next moment, she's standing somewhere else. The air smells different, earthy, green, like plants and soil and rain. She looks down and her body is different, smaller, darker skin, bare feet on packed earth. She's wearing a simple dress made of rough fabric, dyed brown with some kind of plant. Her hands are young, strong, stained green, from working with herbs. She knows this body. This is her. But not Sarah. Someone else. Someone before. A voice calls out, not in English, in another language, but Sarah understands it perfectly. The voice is calling her name, except it's not Sarah, it's Amara. She turns, an older woman is walking toward her, gray hair pulled back, face deeply lined from sun and age, but her eyes are bright, sharp, kind. This is Mother Kessa, the head healer. Amara's teacher. The fever cases are worse. Mother Kessa says, 3 more children fell sick last night. We need to prepare more of the willow bark tea. Amara nods. She knows what to do. She's been training under Mother Kessa for 8 years now. Since she was 12. Since the day she walked into the healing temple and told Mother Kessa that her hands burned whenever she was near sick people. Most children ran from sickness. Amara ran toward it. Mother Kessa tested her that first day. Took her to see a man dying of infection. His leg was swollen, red, poison spreading through his blood. Everyone else had given up on him, but Amara placed her small hands on his leg, and heat poured out of her palms. She didn't know how she was doing it. She just knew to do it, and within minutes, the swelling started to go down. The redness faded. The man's breathing eased. Mother Kessa had smiled. You're one of the gifted ones, born with the healing touch. I'll teach you everything I know. But first, you must understand something. This gift isn't yours alone. It comes through you, not from you. You're a channel, a vessel, and you must keep yourself pure and clear so the healing can flow without blockage. That was 8 years ago. Now Amara is 20, a full healer in her own right. She knows hundreds of plants, knows which ones stop bleeding, which ones fight infection, which ones ease pain, which ones bring down fever, which ones calm the mind. But more than that, she knows how to use her hands, how to feel the energy in someone's body, how to find where it's blocked, where it's stagnant, where it's flowing wrong, and how to fix it. The healing temple is a simple building, stone walls, thatched roof, open windows to let in air and light. Inside, there are rooms for patients, tables where healers work, shelves lined with clay jars, and wooden boxes containing dried herbs, powders, oils, and remedies passed down through generations. Amara walks through the temple to the preparation room. This is where they make their medicines, grind herbs, mix compounds, brew teas. The room smells intense, sharp, bitter, sweet, all at once. She gathers what she needs, willow bark, already dried and stored in a large jar. She takes a handful, places it in a mortar, and begins grinding it with the pestle. The repetitive motion is calming, meditative. As she grinds, she prays, not to any god specifically, just to the healing force itself, asking it to flow through her work, to make the medicine strong, to help the children recover. This is what Mother Kessa taught her, that healing isn't just physical. It's not just about the right herbs or the right techniques. It's about intention, about love, about connecting to something bigger than yourself and letting it work through you. As Amara works, memories flood through Sarah's awareness. She sees years of this life, sees Amara as a child, always drawn to hurt animals, always trying to help them. Her parents didn't understand. They were farmers, simple people. They wanted Amara to marry young, have children, work the land like everyone else. But Amara knew she was different, knew she had a different path. When she told them she wanted to train as a healer, they were upset. Healing was difficult work. Low pay, long hours, constant exposure to sickness and death. But Amara insisted, and eventually, they let her go. The scene shifts. Amara is now in one of the healing rooms. A child lies on a mat. A girl, maybe 6 years old. Her skin is hot, fever burning through her. Her mother sits beside her, crying, praying, begging the gods to save her daughter. Amara kneels beside the child, places one hand on her forehead, one hand on her chest, and closes her eyes. She doesn't think, doesn't analyze. She just feels into the child's body with her awareness, and she can sense it. The infection, it's in the lungs, thick, heavy, making it hard to breathe. Amara's hands start to heat up. The energy flows, not from her, through her. She's learned to get out of the way, to let the healing force do its work without her ego interfering. The child's breathing eases. The fever starts to break. Sweat beads on her forehead. Her body is fighting now, working with the healing instead of against it. Amara stays with her for an hour, hands in place, energy flowing. When she finally pulls away, she's exhausted. Healing work drains her, takes her own energy. She has to be careful not to give too much, not to empty herself completely. Mother Kessa has taught her this too, that healers must take care of themselves, must rest, must eat well, must stay strong, because if the healer falls sick, who will heal the healer? The mother kisses Amara's hands, thanks her over and over. Amara just smiles. This is why she does this work. Not for thanks, not for recognition, but for this, for seeing a child's breathing return to normal, for seeing suffering ease, for being useful, for serving. Days pass in the regression. Amara treats patient after patient. A man with a broken arm, she sets it, uses comfrey paste to help the bone heal faster. A woman with a terrible cough, she gives her elecampane root tea and shows her how to breathe steam with eucalyptus. An elder with joint pain so bad he can't walk, she massages specific points on his body, uses heat, applies a poultice of ginger and turmeric. Each case is different. Each person requires something unique. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. That's what makes healing an art, not just a science. You have to listen, feel, intuit. Let the person's body tell you what it needs. One evening, Mother Kessa calls Amara to her private room. This is unusual. Mother Kessa is usually too busy to have private conversations. Sit, Mother Kessa says. Amara sits on a cushion across from her teacher. You're ready, Mother Kessa says. Ready for what? To learn the deeper work, the soul healing. Amara's heart quickens. She's heard of this. The advanced healing that goes beyond the body, that works with the spirit, the essence, the part of a person that exists beyond their physical form. Not everyone can do this work, Mother Kessa continues. It requires not just skill, but purity, clarity. You must be able to see beyond the surface, beyond the body, into the true nature of a person's suffering. She explains that most illness has roots deeper than the physical. That pain in the body often comes from pain in the heart, in the soul, unresolved grief, buried anger, fear, shame. These emotions, when trapped, create blockages, and those blockages eventually manifest as physical disease. To truly heal someone, Mother Kessa says, you must help them heal not just their body, but their spirit. Help them release what they're carrying. Help them forgive. Help them let go. Over the following months, Mother Kessa teaches Amara this deeper work. She learns to look at a person and see more than their symptoms. She learns to ask questions that reveal the emotional roots of illness. She learns to hold space for people to feel their grief, their anger, their fear, without judgment. And she learns to use her gift in a new way, not just sending healing energy into the body, but sending it into the heart, the soul, helping people release trauma they've been carrying for years. The work is harder, more intense, more draining, but also more rewarding. Because when someone heals at that level, the change is profound, permanent. They don't just get better, they transform. One day, a man comes to the temple. He's not sick physically, but he's dying inside. His wife and child died in a fire 2 years ago. He couldn't save them, and the guilt is eating him alive. He can't sleep, can't eat, can't function. He came to the temple because he has nothing left, no hope, no reason to keep living. Amara sits with him, listens to his story, holds his pain without trying to fix it, and then she places her hands on his chest, over his heart, and she feels it, the grief, the guilt, the shame. It's like a heavy stone sitting on his heart, crushing him. She doesn't try to remove it, she just holds space, sends warmth, love, compassion, and slowly, the man begins to cry. Deep, wrenching sobs, years of tears he's been holding back, years of pain finally being released. Amara stays with him, doesn't leave, doesn't pull away, just holds the space, lets him feel everything he needs to feel. When he finally stops crying, he looks different, lighter. The stone is still there. The grief isn't gone, but it's shifted. It's movable now. He can carry it without being crushed by it. Thank you, he whispers. Amara shakes her head. I didn't do anything. You did the work. You let yourself feel. That's the bravest thing anyone can do. The years pass. Amara becomes known throughout the region as a powerful healer. People travel for days to see her, bring their sick family members, their dying parents, their suffering children, and Amara helps them all, not because she has to, because she can't not help, because seeing suffering and not responding to it would be like not breathing, impossible, but the work takes a toll. She's 30 now, has been healing for 18 years. And she's tired. Deeply tired. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. Mother Kessa sees it. One day, she sits Amara down. "You're giving too much," she says gently. "You're pouring yourself out without refilling. That's not sustainable. But people need help." Amara protests. "Yes, and they always will. There will always be more sick people than healers. Always more pain than anyone can fix. You can't heal the whole world, child. You can only do your part. And to do your part well, you must take care of yourself." Mother Kessa teaches Amara about boundaries, about saying no, about taking days off to rest, about the importance of balance. These lessons are hard for Amara, harder than any medical knowledge, because her instinct is always to help, always to give. Learning to hold back, to preserve her own energy, feels selfish. But Mother Kessa is firm. A healer who burns out helps no one. Better to help fewer people and continue for decades than to help everyone and collapse after a few years. Amara learns. Slowly, she starts taking better care of herself, resting more, setting limits, and she discovers that she's actually more effective when she's not exhausted. Her intuition is sharper. Her hands are stronger. Her presence is more powerful. The scene shifts again. Amara is older now. 45. Mother Kessa has passed away. Amara is now the head healer, the one training the young apprentices, the one holding the knowledge, the one passing it on. She has a student, a young girl named Taya, only 13, but already showing the gift. Her hands heat up. She knows things she shouldn't know. She's drawn to the sick. Amara sees herself in this girl, remembers what it was like to be young and full of fire and wanting to heal everyone. She teaches Taya everything Mother Kessa taught her: the herbs, the techniques, the energy work, but also the wisdom, the balance, the importance of self-care, the understanding that healing is a marathon, not a sprint. One day, Taya asks a question. Why do we have this gift? Why are some people born with it and others aren't? Amara considers this. It's a question she's asked herself many times. "I believe," she says slowly, "that some souls choose to be healers. Before they're born, they decide. They say, 'I'll go to Earth and I'll help. I'll ease suffering. I'll hold space for pain. I'll be a channel for healing.' But why would anyone choose that?" Taya asks. "It's hard work, painful work, seeing so much suffering." "Yes," Amara agrees, "but it's also sacred work, beautiful work. There's nothing more meaningful than helping someone heal, than seeing someone's pain ease because you were there, because you showed up, because you let love flow through you." Taya nods, understanding dawning in her young eyes. Amara continues, "And I believe we do this again and again, in different lives, different bodies, different times, but always the same work. Always healing, because once you start, you can't stop. It becomes part of who you are, part of your soul's purpose." The years continue to pass. Amara grows older, 60, 70, still healing, still teaching, still serving. Her body is weaker now. Her hands shake, her back hurts, but her gift hasn't faded. If anything, it's stronger, clearer, refined by decades of practice. She's training more healers now, building a network, making sure the knowledge survives, making sure that when she's gone, the work continues. And then the day comes. Amara is 78. She wakes up and knows today is her last day. She can feel it in her bones. Her body is done, ready to rest. She's not afraid. She's lived a full life, a good life, a life of service and meaning and love. She calls her students to her bedside. Taya is there, now a master healer in her own right, along with the other young healers Amara has trained over the years. "Listen," Amara says, her voice weak but clear. "What I'm about to tell you is important. I'm leaving soon. This body is finishing, but the work doesn't end. It never ends. Because healing is eternal. It exists beyond time, beyond bhaktis, beyond individual lives." The students lean in, listening carefully. "I believe I've done this work before," Amara continues, "in other lives, other times, and I believe I'll do it again, that my soul will return, will be born into a new body, and when that happens, I might forget, for a while, but the knowing will still be there, in my hands, in my bones, in my cells, waiting to wake up." Tears stream down the students' faces. "And the same is true for you," Amara says, looking at each of them. "You're not just healers in this life. You're eternal healers. Souls who chose this path long ago and will walk it forever." Don't forget that. Even when the work is hard, even when you're tired, even when it feels like too much, remember, this is who you are. This is what you came here to do. She takes a breath. It's getting harder to breathe now. Promise me something. Promise me you'll take care of yourselves. That you'll rest when you need rest. That you'll set boundaries. That you'll remember you can't heal everyone, and that's okay. Your job isn't to fix the whole world. Your job is to show up with love and let healing flow through you. That's all. That's enough. The students promise, all of them, through tears. Amara smiles. Good. Now go. Live well, heal well, love well, and know that I'm proud of you. All of you. She closes her eyes, her breathing slows, and then stops. She's gone, but not really, because as Sarah watches from the regression state, she sees what happens next. She sees Amara's spirit leave her body, rise up, and instead of going toward some distant light, she turns back, looks at her hands, her healer's hands, worn and old but still powerful, and she makes a promise, a soul promise. I'll come back, I'll be born again, I'll find my way back to this work, because this is what I do, this is who I am, healer, always healer, in every life, in every time. And then Sarah understands. This is why her hands know what her mind forgot, because they've done this work before, thousands of times, across hundreds of lifetimes. The knowledge is stored so deep it's beyond memory. It's cellular. It's in her DNA. It's in her soul. She is Amara, not was, is, because the soul doesn't die. The work doesn't end. It just continues. Different body, different time, same purpose. Sarah sees other lives flash before her, brief glimpses, a healer in ancient Greece, a medicine woman in Native American tribes, a herbalist in medieval Europe, a nurse in a war zone, a doctor in a modern hospital, different faces, different names, different eras, but always healing, always using her hands, always showing up for suffering, always letting love flow through her. This is her path, her eternal path, and she chose it. Not because she had to, because she wanted to, because there's nothing more meaningful, nothing more sacred, nothing more aligned with who she truly is. Sarah opens her eyes. The practitioner's office comes back into focus. But everything looks different, feels different, because she's different. She's not just Sarah anymore. She's Sarah and Amara and all the other healers she's carrying thousands of years of knowledge, thousands of years of experience, thousands of years of love and service and dedication to easing suffering. No wonder her hands know what to do. They've been doing it forever. I remember, Sarah whispers. I remember all of it. The temple, the training, the patience, Amara, all of it. The practitioner nods. Tell me what you understand now. Sarah takes a deep breath. I understand that I'm not learning to heal in this lifetime. I'm remembering. The knowledge was always there. I just needed to wake it up. And that's what's been happening. The heat in my hands, the knowing, the intuitive movements. It's all memory. Deep, ancient memory. As she talks, pieces fall into place. Things that never made sense before suddenly make perfect sense now. Her childhood obsession with plants. She was always in the garden, always touching leaves, always asking her mom what each plant was called. She thought it was just curiosity. Now she realizes it was recognition, her soul remembering. Her strange ability to sense when people were sick before they showed symptoms. Her friends thought it was weird. She thought it was anxiety. Now she knows it's the healer's gift. The ability to feel illness in someone's energy before it manifests physically. Her inexplicable knowledge of pressure points on the body. She'd never studied acupuncture or reflexology, but her hands would find these spots naturally. Now she understands. Her hands remember. They've found those points thousands of times across hundreds of lifetimes. The words that came out of her mouth in that strange language, they weren't random. They were a healing chant from one of her past lives. Her soul remembered it even though her conscious mind didn't. Everything makes sense now. Over the following weeks, Sarah's work changes. Not in technique, but in confidence, in trust. She stops questioning herself, stops doubting, because she knows now, this isn't new, this isn't strange. This is who she is, who she's always been. She lets her hands do what they know to do, lets the knowledge flow without interference, and the results are even more powerful. Clients notice the change. Something's different about you, they say. You're more confident, more present, more powerful. Sarah just smiles. She can't explain to them that she remembered who she is, that she accessed thousands of years of healing experience, that she's not just a massage therapist, she's a soul healer carrying ancient wisdom, but she doesn't need to explain. The results speak for themselves. She starts teaching, not formal classes, just sharing with other healers who are interested, showing them techniques that come from her deeper knowing, explaining about energy flow and blockages and the emotional roots of physical illness. And she notices something interesting. Some of the healers she teaches light up when she shares certain techniques, like they recognize them, like they remember too. One woman, a yoga teacher named Lisa, starts crying when Sarah demonstrates a specific hand position. I've dreamed about this, Lisa says. I've dreamed about doing exactly this. In a temple, wearing robes. I thought it was just my imagination. Maybe it wasn't, Sarah says gently. Maybe you're remembering too. They talk for hours, comparing notes, sharing memories, dreams, unexplained knowledge, and they realize they're both soul healers, both carrying the same ancient wisdom, both waking up to who they've always been. This happens again and again. Sarah meets other healers, other people who just know things they were never taught, who have dreams of healing in ancient times, who feel called to this work in a way that goes deeper than career choice. And she understands. They're a tribe, a soul family, a group of beings who've been doing this work together across lifetimes, finding each other again, remembering together, supporting each other. Sarah starts a small group, just a handful of healers who meet once a month. They share their experiences, their memories, their struggles and victories. They remind each other that they're not alone, that this work is sacred, that they chose it, that they're exactly where they're supposed to be. One night, Sarah is lying in bed thinking about Amara, thinking about that final moment when Amara promised to come back, to continue the work, and Sarah realizes something profound. She kept that promise. She came back. Maybe not immediately, maybe she took other lifetimes in between. But eventually, she found her way back to healing, back to using her hands, back to easing suffering, and she'll probably do it again. When this life ends, when Sarah's body dies, the soul will rest, and then choose, come back, do it again, walk the healer's path one more time. And Sarah knows, yes, she always chooses yes, because this is what she does. This is who she is, healer, in every life, in every body, in every time. The work is hard, it's draining, it's emotionally heavy, but it's also the most meaningful thing she could possibly do. It's her purpose, her calling, her soul's deepest desire. She thinks about Mother Kessa's wisdom, about balance, about self-care, about not trying to heal everyone, and she realizes she needs those lessons in this life too. She's been overworking, saying yes to every client, not taking days off, giving until she's empty, just like young Amara did before Mother Kessa taught her better. So, Sarah makes changes. She limits her schedule, takes 2 days off per week, starts saying no to clients who drain her without appreciating her work, raises her prices so she can see fewer clients and give more to each one. At first it feels wrong, selfish, but then she notices something. She's more effective, her intuition is sharper, her energy is stronger. She's actually helping people more by doing less. The universe rewards her for this. Her practice thrives. She gets referrals, people who truly value her work, people who are ready for deep healing, people who are open and willing and grateful. She's not healing everyone, but she's healing the people she's meant to heal, and that's enough. That's perfect. One day, a young woman comes to see her. She's only 19, just starting massage therapy school, and she has a question. I think I have healing hands, the young woman says nervously. They get hot sometimes, and I just know where to touch people. But I haven't learned that yet. Is that weird? Am I crazy? Sarah smiles. She recognizes this story, because it's her story, and Amara's story, and probably the story of countless healers across time. You're not crazy, Sarah says gently. You're remembering. Your hands know because they've done this before. Maybe in another life, maybe in many lives. You're a soul healer, and you're waking up. The young woman's eyes fill with tears. Really? You think that's real? I know it's real, because I'm one too, and I've met others. We're out here, all of us, remembering, waking up, finding our way back to the work we've always done. She tells the young woman about Amara, about the regression, about the understanding that healing knowledge can be carried across lifetimes. She doesn't push, doesn't preach, just shares her experience, and lets the young woman decide what resonates. The young woman listens with her whole body, leaning forward, drinking in every word, and Sarah sees it. The recognition, the relief, the sense of finally being seen and understood. "Can you teach me?" the young woman asks. Sarah nods. "I can guide you, show you what I know, but really, you'll be teaching yourself. You'll be remembering. I'm just here to help you access what's already inside you." And so Sarah becomes the teacher, just like Amara became the teacher, just like Mother Kessa was the teacher. The cycle continues. The knowledge passes down, not through books, not through formal education, but through recognition, through soul-to-soul transmission, through ancient wisdom waking up in new bodies. Sarah understands her role now. She's not just a healer. She's a bridge between the ancient and the modern, between the mystical and the practical, between lives, between worlds. She's carrying something precious, something sacred, something that humanity needs. And she's sharing it, carefully, wisely, with those who are ready. And when this life ends, when Sarah's time comes, she'll probably make the same promise Amara made, to come back, to continue, to heal again. Because that's what soul healers do. They keep showing up, life after life, body after body, time after time, healing, always healing, forever healing. Because that's love, that's service, that's what gives life meaning. And there's no other path Sarah would rather walk. If your hands have ever known what your mind didn't, if you've ever felt heat in your palms, or known where to touch someone without being taught, maybe you're remembering too. Maybe you're one of us, a soul healer, waking up to work you've done 1,000 times before. And if this story touched something deep inside you, subscribe to hear more journeys of souls, remembering who they've always been.